The March 21st, 2016 meeting of Environmental Public Works will now come to order. Will the clerk call the roll, please?
Mr. Baroth? Here. Chairwoman Boyce?
Here.
Mr. Brew? Here. Ms. DeFlorio?
Here.
Mr. Flagler Mitchell? Here. Mr. Howland? Here. Mr. Marinetti?
Here. Is there anybody signed up for the public forum?
There is not.
Is there anybody in the chambers that would like to address the Environmental and Public Works Committee? Hearing none, public forum is now closed. The approval of minutes, the next item on the agenda. You'll have the February 22nd, 2016 minutes of the Environmental Public Works before you, and they will stand approved unless the clerk is notified by the end of the day. New business.
Referral 16-0121.
Yes, moved by Mr. Brew, seconded by Mr. Holland. I couldn't tell because it kind of all melded together. Okay. Any discussion on the matter? Yes, Mr. Baroth.
Thank you. I'm a little confused about that. I have a quick question for the chair, or through the chair of the administration, that seems most appropriate. And that is, what aspect of this project necessitates it being placed before the EPW committee? I have nothing against it being here. I'm just confused why it's with EPW.
I will let that handled by Mr. Napier.
Through the chair, with all due respect, assignment to committees is a function of the president, not of the administration.
Yes, through the chair of the administration, I realize that, but I also know sometimes there's some coordination and such. I just wonder if there was a rationale. I don't know, just don't know. Oh, here's the president.
All right, so we have the president here. I will recognize, Mr. Daniele, would you like to handle this question, sir? It's with regards to a contract for work being done at the new MCC campus, I believe, right?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Through you to my esteemed colleague. The reason this is in EPW is because of the environmental services and past practices. Whenever we contract environmental services, we go to EPW.
To my esteemed colleague and president, I assume this has to do with the asbestos removal then, most likely?
Madam Chair, to the administration. It's been a couple weeks since I looked at this referral and assigned it out, so I don't want to misspeak. Sounds right, but sounds right isn't a good answer.
Well, if you read through the referral, if I might, it says asbestos abatement, demolition, removal of existing in-floor stage, yada, yada, yada. And actually, it is on the Brighton campus, not our new facility. So.
Okay.
Through the chair, Jason Kennedy with Environmental Services. I believe, to follow up the president's comment, the contract's being administered by the Department of Environmental Services, which includes the Division of Engineering and Facilities Management. And by virtue of that, it's been presented to this committee.
Okay, thank you. That makes sense. I just did not know the reason for it. It seemed a little odd. And that being asked, I actually have a few other questions.
Sure.
So through the chair of the administration, is the contracted bid amount of about $2.5 million for the total project, or is there additional phases after this $2.5 million outlay?
Through the chair, no, these represent actually 3 of 4 construction contracts that will complete the project in total.
Okay, so through the chair of the administration, so I'm clear, there's a 4th project coming online that we have not yet addressed, correct?
Through the chair, there's actually a 4th contract that we received no bids on when it was originally bid with these 3. So we rebid that contract. It was kind of erroneously titled plumbing, but it was really fire protection specifically. And so we have received bids for that contract, and in order to keep that contract on the same schedule as these 3 that are being presented presented to the legislature. We are awarding that contract through the purchasing department, and it's a substantially lower dollar amount.
Okay, and I have one last question regarding this. And the reason I was asking about whether or not this is the final price through the chair is that the last line of the paragraph says, this initial phase will include planning and preliminary design services for the improvements. And it was my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, that those sort of things would go into determining what the actual price would be. And if that was the case, how could we have a price at hand if we're including design services and planning through the chair? You still have a question? Okay. I did not yet. Do you want to? Okay.
Through you, Madam Chairwoman, it appears that that statement is in error, that this is the awarding of construction contracts and that this is not, does not involve any design work at this time, and that it probably found its way into this referral simply because this is part of a larger project that doesn't still involve some design work. And we'd welcome an amendment to remove that sentence.
I would be happy to make that amendment.
All right, so why don't we amend it on the floor here, if so noted. So at this time, Mr. Brewer, would you like to propose an amendment to this referral with regards to?
Madam Chairman, I just did.
Oh, you would like to do that? I'm
Yes, I
sorry.
would.
I apologize.
It's one of my few chances, actually, you know.
Okay, that would be great.
So
Okay,
I like to grab onto
Could you
it.
craft something right this minute? No,
Yes.
just verbally. if
I
you
would
could.
like to make an amendment that we remove the last sentence of the second paragraph that reads, this initial phase will include planning and preliminary design services for the improvements, and just simply strike that from the referral.
Okay, so noted. Okay, seconded by Mr. Howland. Okay. So on the amendment, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, I'd like to go back to the main motion at this time. Do you have any further questions? And I'd like to also recognize Mr. Flagler Mitchell for also, he wanted to second this, and I didn't catch that, and my astute clerk said, Ms. Boyce, you messed up. So I'd like to also recognize the fact that you second this as well, sir. Okay.
Through you, Madam Chair, to the administration, has the theater ever been renovated, or is it still in the same conditions it was when it was built?
Through the chair, the theater is in large part original to construction.
Okay, thank you.
Anything further? Seeing none, all in favor of the main motion? Any opposed? All right, great, thank you. All right, is there any new business to come before this committee? Okay. If there are no other business to come before the committee, we will stand adjourned until our next meeting on March 21st, or no, I'm sorry, that's today, April 25th at 5:45.